Okay, children, before we proceed on to exercise 4.4, this is an important sum which we will do. The question is, a boat whose speed is 18 kilometers per hour takes 1 hour more to go 24 kilometers upstream than to return downstream. Find the speed of the stream. Here the speed of the boat they have given is 18 kilometers per hour, and suppose when we are going upstream, okay, when the boat is going up, then the speed, suppose the speed of the stream is x, then the net speed is 18 minus x, because the speed of the river is against the speed of the boat. Similarly, if we are going down, now suppose the speed of the boat is 18, then in that we can, and if the speed of the stream is x, we can add that, then the downstream speed will be 18 plus x. So say let the speed of the stream be x kilometer per hour. Therefore upstream speed of the boat, it is against the current, so will be 18 minus x. Here always remember, you will write 18 minus x, never x minus 18, because we will always assume that the speed of the boat is greater than the speed of the river. Similarly, downstream speed is 18 plus x. Now time taken to go, say, upstream, t1. Now time is equal to distance upon speed. You know this formula. Now how much is the distance? Distance is 24. And what is the speed going upstream? 18 minus x. So 18 minus x. Similarly, time taken to go downstream, t2. 24 upon downstream speed is 18 plus x, so 18 plus x. And last step, now difference. You will write t, this one of when we are going upstream, obviously it takes more time as compared to downstream. Therefore 24 upon 18 minus x minus 24 upon 18 plus x, and this they have given is to be equal, difference is 1 hour equal to 1. Here of course now I'll just do one step, then you will finish the sum on your own. You will take the LCM. LCM will be these two brackets equal to 1, and here then 24 into 18 plus x minus again 24 into 18 minus x. Here now you do the calculations properly. Might keep in mind of the minus sign, and here also you can use a minus b a plus b entry, so the sum will be faster, and then you will just whatever term is there you will take here, you will multiply this by 1. Then in the end of course you will bring everything on one side and you will get a quadratic equation which you can solve that by any method. You know the formula also, and you can of course always do the split in the middle term. Okay, now we are moving ahead. Now let us have a look at exercise 4.4. Question is exercise 4.4, first question. Find the nature of the roots of the following quadratic equations. If real roots exist, find them. Basically you have to check this value, b square minus 4ac value. If it is greater than or equal to 0, then you find the roots. If it is not, then you say it will have no roots. If it is if it is less than 0, then don't find anything. Okay, and here always remember, suppose the equation is x square plus 5x minus 6. So the c value is what? Minus 6. Okay, so when you do minus 4ac, that minus minus becomes plus. Okay, so substitute the values correctly. Some children are forgetting to put this minus sign in the c, okay, when they are doing it. Question number 2. Find the values of k for each of the following quadratic equations so that they have two equal roots. This one second part I am doing fully so that you know how to do this sum. The second equation is written like this: kx bracket x minus 2 plus 6. So first I will just multiply this. So kx square minus 2kx plus 6 equal to 0. Now if I compare with this equation, ax square plus bx plus c, value of a is k, value of b is minus 2k, and value of c is 6. Now here they have given so that the equation have two equal roots, and equal roots when do we get? When b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Last step, instead of, now you will just substitute the values. Minus 2k का square minus 4 into k equal to 0. So 4k square minus 24k equal to 0. 4k if I take common, k 6 equal to 0. So the two values which I get is k equal to 6 and k equal to 0 upon 4, which is 0. So that's how these sums will be done. So the first, again in the homework of course you will do this sum also, and the first one of course you have to do. Okay. Now the last three questions. Question number 3. Is it possible to design a rectangular mango groove whose length is twice the breadth and the area is 800 meters square? If so, find the length and the breadth. Now question number 3, 4 and 5 are normal statement sums, but if you notice in the beginning of each of these sums, the questioner asks, is it possible? So whenever this kind of question comes, after you make the equation and all, first check this value, b square minus 4ac. If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then you say this is not possible, we cannot solve the sum further. But if b square minus 4ac value is greater than or equal to 0, then only you finish the sum fully. This step we have to do after of course making the equation. Now question number 3, going back to it, they have given the area length into breadth is equal to 800. Now they have given that the length is twice the breadth. So length is twice the breadth. So instead of length, I can write 2b. 2b into b is equal to 800. So 2b square minus 800 equal to 0. Now before solving this sum, first you check the value of suppose we compare with this a square plus bx plus c. So a value is 2, b value is not there, and c value is of course minus 800. Now you just check it whether b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then of course you go ahead and solve it. In this of course when you are solving it, if you are solving it, it will be very easy if you just take this 800 there and then you just take 2 down and get the under root and all and finish the sum. But do this step only after checking this. You have to check b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 or not. Then only you do this step. Okay. So this was question number 3. Of course, in this, if you get a negative value, the negative values you have to ignore because we are talking about length and breadth. Now, question number 4. Is one of the following situation possible? If so, determine the ages. The sum of ages of two friends is 20 years. So if let's one friend's age be x, then the second friend's age will be 20 minus x. 4 years ago, the product of their ages was 48. Now today it is x, so 4 years ago the friend's age will be x minus 4. Similarly, this will be 20 minus x, and minus 4 if we do, so we get 16 minus x. This is equal to 48. Again you multiply everything, get the quadratic equation, and first check this value b square minus 4ac. If it is greater or equal to 0, then only you solve the sum, otherwise you leave the sum. Okay? And the last sum, is it possible to design a rectangular park of perimeter 80 meters and area 400 meters? If so, find the length and breadth. So they have given us perimeter, basically of rectangle 2l plus b is equal to 80. So 2 we will take down, so we get L plus B is equal to 40, or value of L if I want to write, I can write as 40 minus B. And of course now they have given us the area. The area they have given us 400. L into B is 400. Instead of L I will write 40 minus B into B is equal to 400. Again I will make the quadratic equation, and for example 40 b minus b square is equal to 400. Bring everything on one side. So minus b square plus 40b minus 400. I don't like the minus sign in the front, so I will multiply once by minus throughout. And now you check basic first step. You have to check whether b square minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0, and then you solve that. Okay. So you have to finish exercise 4.4 and this one, sir. Okay. Cheers.